Thank you for joining us for the 20th season of WGALA Brainbusters. We're here at Studio A, where all crew, audience members, and players are fully vaccinated as we follow strict COVID protocols.
From Studio A, this is WGALA Brainbusters. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoy the next half hour of challenging questions and answers, and we hope you've enjoyed the wonderfully exciting games that we have presented on our show over the past several weeks. Today, it's up to Hempfield and Southwestern. They're ready to play, so let's not waste any time. Let's get started now with today's opening round. We have 10-point questions and one big brainbuster brought to you by Turkey Hill. Good luck to all 6 of you. Pick up your signaling buttons. Use them frequently, beginning now with this 10-point question. It's the most prominent star in the constellation Sirius. What is the dog star? Oh, we stumped you on Canis Major. The great catalog of ships will be found in Book 2 of this epic poem. Where will you find this enumeration of the Greek fleet that went to Troy? Jenna.
The Iliad.
The Iliad is correct for 10 points. Rapunzel, Rumpelstiltskin, and Hansel and Gretel are all found in this German folk tales collection by these Jenna.
The Brothers Grimm.
The Brothers Grimm, Jacob and Wilhelm, for another 10 points. He said, "The world will little note nor long remember what we say here." Who made this incorrect prediction in his often remembered speech? Chase. Abraham Lincoln did in the Gettysburg Address. It's the inner wall of your eye on which light is focused. What part of the eye is it? Jenna.
The cornea.
Oh no, sorry, not the cornea. Southwestern. James.
Retina.
The retina is correct, and that gets Southwestern on the board for 10 points. The sturgeon found in the Caspian Sea are among the largest freshwater fish in the world. Their eggs are considered a delicacy. Jenna.
Caviar.
Caviar is the delicacy, yes. It's the simplest improper fraction that equals pi to 2 places. What is it? We have no mathematicians that would know. It's 22 over 7. It lasts for the life of the author plus 50 years. What? And that's Liam.
That is...
Ooh, sorry. What protects an author's right to produce, distribute, and profit from his or her work, Southwestern? James.
Copyright.
Copyright is correct for 10 points. We call it weightlessness. Astronauts call it ZG. What does ZG stand for? James again.
Zero gravity.
Zero gravity is correct. And now it's time for the big brain buster brought to you by Turkey Hill. For 10 points and a gift certificate for Turkey Hill ice cream for everyone on the team. Lenny and George are the main characters in this short novel by John Steinbeck. What is the story of 2 migrant workers and their plans, Chase?
Mice and Men.
The great novel of Mice and Men. Congratulations, Hempfield. Maya Angelou read her poem On the Wings of Morning at his inauguration ceremony in 1993. Which president was being inaugurated? Liam. He's the one. Lorenzo da Ponte wrote the librettos for the operas Don Giovanni and The Marriage of Figaro. Who wrote the music? Jenna.
Mozart.
He's the one, yes. It's a system used to alert the public when a child has been kidnapped and is Chase.
Amber Alert.
The Amber Alert. The warning is named for the 9-year-old who was kidnapped and murdered in 1996. His name was Erik Thorvaldsen. He discovered Greenland. By what name is this Viking better known? James.
Leif Erikson.
No, sorry, not Lee. Hempfield, Jenna.
Eric the Red.
Eric the Red is the correct answer. Retinol, riboflavin, niacin, folic acid. Collectively, what are they? And Liam.
Enzymes.
Not enzymes, no. Anybody from Southwestern? They're, Eric. No, they're all vitamins, in fact. William Marcy Tweed, Mark Twain's Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, and Bruce Springsteen all share the same nickname. What is that nickname? Liam.
The King.
Not the King, no, sorry. Southwestern? Well, we know Bruce Springsteen as the Boss. Canada's smallest province, located in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, a maritime province. Chase. Prince Edward Island. Its capital is Charlottetown. As fuels combust or batteries discharge, they release heat. What 10-letter word do chemists use to describe such reactions? Chase again. Exothermic is correct. On July 20th, 1969, Apollo 11 overshot its planned landing point and nearly ran out of fuel as Armstrong and Aldrin dodged boulders looking for a place to touch down. Where did it finally land on the moon? Chase?
In the Tranquility?
No. Say that again?
Sea of Tranquility?
Yes, Sea of Tranquility is correct. Yes, I misheard you. It's an electrical circuit. Resistance slows the flow of electricity. What is the reciprocal of the resistance? We stumped you on conductance: talc, gypsum, calcite, fluorite, apatite, orthoclase, quartz, topaz, corundum, and diamond are from softest to hardest the 10 minerals on this. Chase? The Mohs scale is correct. In his novels, he predicted, and that sound takes us to the end of the round and to our first break. Right now we have a strong lead for Hempfield, but everything can change because the one-on-one rapid fire and team lightning rounds are coming up on WGAL8 Brainbusters after this break.
WGAL8 Brainbusters will return after this. Participants on WGAL8 Brainbusters each receive a portable power bank for mobile devices, and the top 4 winning teams will share grants totaling $10,000. So good luck, teams. Now, here's Rich with our coaches and alternates.
Well, hi, we're glad you're back, and you're just in time to meet, as we said, our coaches and alternates. Brainbusters highlights and endorses the great things that are happening in our schools today, and that's thanks in large part to people like Mr. John Frick. He's the coach from Hempfield. He's been a longtime coach of Quiz Bowl, and he's been to Studio A many times. He teaches 9th grade English. Next to him is the team's alternate, and that's Zeke Stevens, and he is a sophomore, and right now he's developing skills with computers, and he's interested in programming. And next is the alternate from Southwestern, Quinn Smith. He's a junior, and he'd like to write a book one day, and I'd love to talk to you about that. And finally, Mrs. Melissa Wilson, another coach that's been part of Brainbusters for many years. She's the gifted support teacher and also TSA advisor. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for bringing such a great team to Studio A. And now let's get back to work. It's time now to match our skills against our teams with our one-on-one rapid fire round. First, we'd like to say hello to Liam Jones. Liam, welcome to Studio A. You are a junior, and we always have many questions that we ask before the show, and one is something that you do very well, and you surprised me with your answer. What do you do really well?
I make a mean milkshake. It's really good.
Now, do you have a milkshake maker? Do you do it in a blender? Do you
It's a blender.
blend? And any particular flavor that stands out?
Just chocolate. It can hold up on its own.
Well, I might hold you to this and have to try it someday. And now from Southwestern, let's say hello to Alex Guy. You are a senior. Great to have you here. And Alex, you're a busy guy. I know you're a senior preparing for college applications and stuff. What do you do for fun outside of school, besides studying, of course?
Yeah, studying. I like to hang out with my friends and play like tennis and sports, fun stuff like that.
And just for fun to play sports, not
Yeah.
as part of the school teams.
Well, I do on the school team too, but I like it more for just fun.
Okay, well,
good.
I get it, and I hope you're going to have fun right now, Liam and Alex, as we put you two one-on-one. The cell walls produce mucus pepsin and hydrochloric acid, which keeps those gastric juices flowing. What is this organ in your body?
Skin.
Alex?
Skin?
Oh, no, sorry, incorrect. Any idea? Liam?
The stomach?
It is the stomach, yes, for 10 points. 130 to 30. And by the way, we did have to take away 10 points from Hempfield's score because Chase had given the answer as Bay of Tranquility rather than Sea of Tranquility. So I just want to let you know that was the score. Second question. The show is a breakout hit for Apple TV. What Emmy-winning show stars Jason Sudeikis? Liam?
Ted Lasso?
Ted Lasso stars Jason Sudeikis as the American football coach who heads to the UK to manage a struggling London football team. A great show. It's another 10 points. And finally, the United States bought Alaska from Russia. What country sold us Louisiana? Liam?
France.
France did. Good for you. Giving your team a good lead of 150 to 30. It's now time to meet our second players and our captains for our show today. And that's first saying hello to Jenna Yeager. Jenna is a junior, and it's great to have you here. And we've asked about some interesting anecdotes about you, and you actually took what I consider an extraordinary language course in an intensive manner. Tell us about this experience.
Yeah. Over the summer, I took part in a state department sponsored 7-week Korean language course. It was mostly online, but it was really a great experience, a way to develop my language skills and meet people like me who are interested in languages.
And especially because it's so different than any of the Latin languages, both English and French or Spanish or even Germanic.
All my knowledge of Latin roots was useless, so it was great to learn something from scratch.
All right, excellent. Thank you for sharing. James Coppersmith is a senior from Southwestern, and it's great to have you here. And all of us, at any stage in our life, have goals in our life and things that we want to accomplish. What is something important to you that you'd like to accomplish in your life?
My dream is to one day be President of the United States. I currently serve as the state parliamentarian of the Pennsylvania Technology Student Association, and I've really learned how I can make a difference in my community and amongst my peers. And I'd really like to continue that on a broader scale and unite our country.
Well, that's really exciting to know that young people are interested in politics. Are you over 18 yet?
No, I'm currently 16 years old.
So you're not ready.
To be 35 to run.
Yes, but you're not ready to register to vote yet, so.
Tragically.
Tragically, yes, so you will soon. All right, James and Jenna, let's put you two one-on-one. The name's the same. The material with which an artist works, a person who claims to communicate with the dead, and a condition between extremes. Jenna?
Medium.
Medium is correct. He called his program for America a new frontier. What Massachusetts senator won the Democratic presidential nomination in 1960? We stumped you on John F. Kennedy. And now it's time for the Millersville Epic Question of the Week.
The 1953 play is a dramatized and partially fictionalized story of Massachusetts Bay colonist accused of witchcraft in 1692. Who wrote this classic American tragedy?
Jenna.
Miller.
Arthur Miller is the one, The Crucible. You are correct. 170 to 30. Now let's meet our final players in today's match. So first from Hempfield, it's a pleasure to welcome Chase Barrick, and you are a sophomore. And besides our phones, our computers, boy, do we cherish those. What is something else in life that you cherish?
My books. I currently have a full bookshelf, a bin full of books, and part of my wardrobe that is full of books just in my bedroom alone.
So I assume you collect books, but you also read them.
Oh yes, I read books a lot.
What is something that you're reading currently?
I'm currently reading a fantasy series about a world that is stuck with one half always day and one half always night.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, well, thank you for sharing. Eric Lee. And he is a senior from Southwestern, and it's great to welcome you here. And you've had many teachers over the years from K through 12, but there's sometimes one teacher that really stands out that impacted you. Could you tell us that teacher?
A teacher that stands out to me is Mr. Cooper. He's my English 10 honors teacher, whose lessons on grammar and syntax has greatly improved my writing skills. Without those skills, I would not be as successful as I am right now in my other classes, whether that be in math or chemistry.
What an endorsement for writing. There's nothing like when you read something that's written well, anybody, even a good writer, can say, wow, that's written well, and it's always just something to value. Eric and Chase, let's put you two one-on-one. In 2011, police officers and soldiers invaded one of the largest slums in this city to take control before the 2014 World Cup and the 2016 Summer Olympics. What city is it, Chase?
Rio de Janeiro.
You are correct. You have a 60-degree angle, and you're looking for its complement. What angle are you looking for? Chase again.
A 30-degree angle.
A 30-degree angle is correct. The sum of two complementary angles is 90 degrees. And finally, the 16th and 17th were both ratified in 1913. The 20th and 21st were both ratified in 1933. What are these additions to the Constitution, Eric?
Amendments.
They are all amendments. Good for you. 190 to 40. We're now going to pick up the pace and play today's 60-second team lightning round. James, your team is behind at this point, so you have the luxury of selecting first among these three quizzes. We hope you find one to your liking. Letterbox, last names only, three of a kind.
Three of a kind.
Three of a kind. Taft, Ford, and Obama were U.S. presidents. For 10 points each, what kinds of things are each of these three groups of three? James, I take your answer as the team's answer. Alex and Eric are ready to help you along. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. So good luck to all three of you, and here we go. Scalene, isosceles, equilateral.
Triangles.
Correct. Pistachio, Neapolitan, and Rocky Road.
Ice cream flavors.
Correct. Mauna Lea, Etna, Vesuvius.
Planets.
Volcanoes, Pollux, Vega, Sirius.
Deserts.
Stars, Arabian, Iberian, Yucatan.
Races.
Languages.
Peninsula, Andrew, Katrina, Ida.
Hurricanes.
Correct. Mandible, tibia, humerus.
Adjectives.
Bones in your body, clavier, zither, recorder.
Instruments.
Instruments is correct. Koh-i-Noor, hope, the star of Africa.
Constellations.
Famous diamonds, wood, iron, and wedge.
Tools.
Golf clubs, Mandarin, Hindi, and Dutch.
Languages.
Correct. Jesse Ventura, The Rock, Hulk Hogan.
Actors.
Wrestlers is correct. Rhinoceros, dung, and scarab. Beetles, Persian, Maltese, and Siamese.
Cats.
Cats is correct. Bream, sword, and darter.
Weapons.
Weapons.
No, those are fish. A little faltering. So we had how many correct? 7 correct. So 70 points came your way. Hamfield, it's now up to you with the two remaining quizzes. We have letterbox and last names only. Last names only. Some last names are shared by more than one famous person. For 10 points each, what last name is shared by these sets of first names? So Jen and I take your answers, the team's answered. Liam and Chase are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck, and here we go. Eleanor, Theodore, and Franklin D.
Roosevelt.
Correct. James Earl, Tommy Lee in Indiana.
Jones.
Jones.
Jones, correct. Will, Jaden, Willow.
Smith.
Smith.
Correct. Abigail, Ansel, John, and John Quincy.
Adams.
Correct. Investor Warren and singer-songwriter Jimmy.
Buffett.
Buffett, yes. Henry and William, Frank and Jesse. James, Flannery, Sinead, and Sandra Day.
O'Connor.
O'Connor, Richard Henry, Francis Lightfoot, Bruce, and Robert E.
Lee.
Lee is correct. George, DeWitt, Chelsea, and William Jefferson.
Clinton.
Clinton, yes. Vanessa, Billy D., Hank, and Tennessee.
Williams, maybe? Williams.
Williams is correct. Poets Ted and Langston.
Hughes.
Hughes, yes. Merv, Kathy, and Blake.
Shelton, maybe?
Shelton.
Griffin, George, Benjamin, and William Henry.
Harrison.
Harrison.
Correct. Henry, Harrison, Betty, and Gerald.
Ford.
Ford.
Ford is correct. Ridley, George C., and Sir Walter.
Scott.
Scott.
Scott is correct. Glenn, Arthur, Dennis, Cheryl, and Reggie, and we were going for Miller. Total of 14 correct, 140 points came your way. It's now time to reveal today's bonus Brainbuster category. During our break, our teams will wager 0, 5, or 10 points individually based on their knowledge of British architecture. We'll have the bonus Brainbuster and, of course, the all-important Final Frenzy when WGAL8 Brainbusters continues after this break.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters. Right now, Hempfield has a commanding lead, but we still have a lot of game left. Beginning now with today's bonus Brainbuster. During our break, our teams wagered either 0, 5, or 10 points based on their knowledge of British architecture. Let's head into the News 8 newsroom with Jerry Gish. He has today's question. Jerry.
Thanks, Rich. And now here's your bonus Brainbuster question. Originally built in 1660, it became the London residence of Queen Charlotte in 1762 when her husband, George III, purchased it. It's still the royal residence where Queen Elizabeth II lives. What is this architectural landmark? Again, originally built in 1660, it became the London residence of Queen Charlotte in 1762 when her husband, George III, purchased it. It's still the royal residence where Queen Elizabeth II lives. What is this architectural landmark? Good luck with your answer. Now back to Studio A. Rich.
Thanks, Jerry. Good luck, teams. We'll give you about 5 seconds. Jenna's still writing. When Jenna closes her pen, okay. We always start with this side. Liam, it's up to you. Hopefully you've been to London and saw this fantastic edifice.
My apologies for the spelling.
Buckingham Palace. No, it's perfect. We're going to accept it. 5 points is added to your score. Jenna, did you come up with Buckingham Palace? You did as well with another 5 points. Chase, 5 points. No, Windsor Castle. No, that's her country home. So we're going to deduct 5 points. So 5 points added to Hemfield's score. Alex, it's up to you. And you put British House.
British House.
But zero. A zero. So it was a good wager on your part. James, have you been to Buckingham Palace? And you have.
I actually have had the opportunity to visit once.
Oh, good. It's a wonderful place. 5 points is added to your score. That should work to your advantage. And Eric, Royal Palace, zero wager. That was a smart move on your part, so we're not going to deduct or add to your score, but we're adding 5 points to your score. 325 to 115. Everything hinges now on today's Final Frenzy. This time we have 20-point questions. The ones in London and New York City are called Cleopatra's Needles. There's one in St. Peter's Square in the Vatican. The Washington Monument is one. Liam?
Obelisk.
Obelisk is correct. Mount Pinatubo was the largest volcanic eruption in the 20th century, sending more than 30 trillion tons of debris into the air. In what country did Mount Pinatubo explode in June 1991? Alex?
Australia.
Nope, sorry, incorrect. Any idea, Hemfield? We stumped you on the Philippines. On October 18th, 2021, the first African-American Secretary of State died from complications of COVID at the age of 84. Who was this retired 4-star general?
Johnson.
No, James, sorry, that's incorrect. Any idea, Hemfield? Oh, we stumped you on Colin Powell. His philosophical teachings included morality, justice, kindness, and ethics as social standards. Who is this Chinese philosopher? Chase.
Confucius?
Confucius is this Chinese philosopher of the Zhou dynasty. It's a vast province encompassing most of northern Asia. It includes Jenna.
Siberia.
Siberia includes Lake Baikal, yes, as the Asian part of Russia. In 2016, scientists at the Max Planck Institute confirmed the first concrete evidence of gravitational waves. Who predicted the existence of gravitational waves in 1916, James?
Newton.
Not he, no, sorry, Jenna.
Einstein.
He's the one. In October 2021, the G20 endorsed a global minimum tax of 15% for large businesses. In what city did the world leaders meet for the G20 summit? Eric?
New York.
Not New York, no, sorry. Hemfield. Chase?
London?
No, you're both incorrect. It was Rome, Italy. It was the name the ancient Greeks gave to Mother Earth. What did they call her, Chase?
Gaia.
They did indeed. Roosevelt, Stalin, and Churchill met in November 1943 to discuss a unified war against Germany and post-war cooperation. In what city in Iran was Liam?
Tehran.
Tehran. It was the Tehran Conference. It was a penal colony off the coast of French Guiana, the prison island to which Alfred Dreyfus was sentenced in 1894. What was it? James?
Alcatraz.
Not Alcatraz, no, sorry. Hemfield? It's known as Devil's Island. Moth, Cobweb, Mustard Seed, and Peace Blossom are all characters in this Shakespearean play. Jenna?
Summer Night's Dream.
A Midsummer Night's Dream is correct, and that sound takes us to the end of the round and to the end of the game. A very strong performance by Hemfield. We'll have some final words in just a short moment or two.
Scorekeeping for WGAL8 Brainbusters, presented by Jennings College Consulting, where students discover the right college fit for the future. We'll return after this. Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, that's our show for today. Congratulations, Hemfield. They're guaranteed to return for round two. But who knows? We may see Southwestern as one of our wild card spots. Coming up on the next WGAL8 Brainbusters, we're pleased to welcome Harrisburg Academy and Lancaster Catholic. And we are expecting a very exciting half hour with those two teams. We hope to have the pleasure of your company as well. From all of us here at Studio A, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. So long.